What's up, y'all? It's your boy V from Superline. In today's video, I'll be going over these popular hoodie blanks. I'll be going over things like price, quality, and fit to give you guys a better understanding of what hoodie to use for your clothing brand. In our last video like this for blank t-shirts, we actually compared every shirt to a different type of burger. In this video, we're going to be comparing each hoodie to a different type of water, and hopefully that helps you guys follow along. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with the most commoditized hoodie that exists, and that's going to be the Gildan G185. So I would say that the G185 is comparable to any cheap water bottle that you would find at your local convenience store. It's 50% cotton, 50% polyester. It weighs around 8 ounces, which is about 270 GSM. It fits on the smaller side, so I would definitely go a size up if you like that loose, baggy fit. And you're also going to see a little bit of shrinkage after you wash it. So in order to get your hands on this hoodie, you're going to have to go through a distributor like Alpha Broder, and they have this hoodie for around $9 to $12. As far as price point goes, this is going to be the best that you can get. It also features a tearaway tag, so you can rip that out and print your brand or business on the back of the hoodie. Then this hoodie comes in a whopping 43 colors, so there's a lot of flavors to choose from. Yes, this is a quote-unquote cheap hoodie, but you'd be surprised how many brands and businesses actually use this. Some brands just off the top of my head, like I know Kanye's used this hoodie to print stuff on. Antisocial Social Club, they were a pretty big brand at one point. They were also known for printing on Gildan hoodies. And that just goes to show you it's not so much about the blank and the canvas, but it's more so about what you paint onto that canvas and how you market it. Okay, so moving on from the Gildan G185, we have the Superline Fleece hoodie. Right now we're still in that cheaper price point hoodie range. And if we're still talking about water, I would best describe this fleece hoodie as like the Kirkland water that you buy at Costco. So wholesale pricing for these are anywhere from $12.50 to $15. And I would say if you've ever had the Nike Club Fleece hoodie, which I think they sell for around $45, this is very similar to that. It's sitting at around 280 GSM and it's 60% cotton, 40% polyester. Unlike the Gildan G185, I would say this has a more loose fit, so going true to size will definitely work for this. Is going to have some shrinkage when you wash it, and just overall going back to that analogy, this is like Kirkland water. People are not lining up to buy Kirkland water, they're simply buying it for the price point. And then since Superline is a lot smaller of a wholesaler than Gildan, there's going to be a lot less color options, so there's actually 16 different colors in this fleece hoodie, which in my opinion is still a good amount to choose from. Okay, so now moving on from those lower price point garments, we're going to move into the mid and then eventually those high tier garments. And the next one on my list is actually the Indy 4000, IND 4000. This is going to be from Independent Trading Co. At wholesale, this runs you at about $16. It's going to be a 10-ounce hoodie around 330 GSM. It's 70% cotton, 30% polyester. It comes in 44 different colors and some interesting ones too, like camouflage if you're looking for stuff like that. These hoodies also have tearaway labels and it also has a very generous fit. There are a ton of companies that actually use Independent Trading Co. blanks, like a lot of skate companies. Full Send, the Nelk Boys on YouTube, they were using Independent Trading Co. for a hot minute. And overall, I would say this is a really good blank for the price. If we're still talking about water, I would put this a little above the Kirkland. So it's more like a Poland Springs water bottle that you would find at your convenience store. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some of the more premium blanks, and we're going to start off on the low end of the premium scale, and that's going to be the Superline Boyfriend hoodie. You guys might have seen E wear this hoodie in a lot of our shorts, and this is by far one of our most popular products. And going back to that water analogy, I would call this smart water, so it's a little bit more expensive. You're still not breaking the bank. I would say the pricing here ranges from $20 to $25. It's sitting at 400 GSM, so right above the Indy 4000, and then it's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. I would say for this hoodie, it also has a pretty generous fit, and going true to size should not be an issue. The Boyfriend hoodie comes in 10 different colors, and I would say it's more suited for people starting a streetwear clothing brand. And just like every other hoodie I've named, this product will also have a little bit of shrinkage. And yes, all of these colors do have tearaway tags. And now we're gonna move on to a hoodie that's a little bit better than this, and that's gonna be the Made Blanks Recess hoodie. I would best describe this as the Essentia water that you find at your local convenience store. So you are paying a little bit more of a premium, but this water does taste better, I think. So this hoodie is going to be 100% cotton, and one thing to note is all the hoodies before this were some sort of mix between cotton and polyester. A good rule of thumb is the more cotton, the better quality a hoodie is going to be. So this Made Blanks varsity hoodie is going to be a similar fit to the Boyfriend hoodie. I would say the fit is slightly more generous, it's more comfortable, but then it's also a little bit more expensive. The wholesale pricing for this hoodie is going to be $24, and it comes in 4 different colors. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but this hoodie is 16 ounces, so it's a little bit heavier. That equates to around 500 GSM, so it's nice and thick, and it'll really keep you warm. As I said earlier, this hoodie has no drawstrings, just like the Boyfriend hoodie. It's really suited for streetwear clothing brands, and I know a lot of upcoming brands that use the recess hoodie, as well as a lot of artists who go for that more premium merch. And although this is 100% cotton and it's pre-shrunk, I will say it shrinks slightly after washing. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that's every hoodie, regardless if it's pre-shrunk or not pre-shrunk. But I will say it shrinks a lot less than the other hoodies on this list. And although the colors are a little bit limited here, I do know that Made actually has a custom dye program that I've personally used for brands merch that I've run in the past. And the cool thing about their dye program is you can make the hoodie any color you want. The con is that you have to be hitting a minimum of at least 72 hoodies, and the cost of the dye is a separate cost from the garment. And yes, this hoodie does have a tearaway tag. The Superline Boyfriend hoodie right before this is going to be pretty similar as far as fit and style. Again, this Made Blanks hoodie is going to be a little bit heavier, 100% cotton, and overall just a little bit better quality. But the Boyfriend hoodie does have more pre-dyed colors available, and it's also going to ship a lot faster than the Made Blanks hoodies. And the next hoodie on my list is going to be the Indy 5000P. When thinking of water, this is going to be your premium Fiji water. Literally, the P in the name stands for premium, and it's going to be Independent Trading Co.'s flagship premium hoodie. It's going to be around $27 at wholesale, which is a bit on the pricier end, and it's going to be stocked in less colors just because it's a more premium product. So right now on Independent Trading Co.'s wholesale portal, this comes in 13 different colors. It's listed at around 13.5 ounces, which is around 450 GSM. It does have a tearaway label, and the best way to sum this hoodie up is going back to that other Independent Trading Co. hoodie I talked about earlier. It's going to be very similar to that, but just more premium. Cut with less polyester. It has 100% cotton face for better screen printing, but again, it is going to come at that premium price point. Okay, so following on that premium trend, we have Rue Porter. I would say Rue Porter have done a really good job at branding themselves as like the epitome of the premium hoodie. Their hoodie is 40 ounces, which is a lot of GSM. It's very heavy. Just to give you guys a better idea of how thick and heavy that their garments actually are, they have on their website that the average weight of a hoodie is 2.5 pounds. At wholesale, they're selling this hoodie for $40, which is a lot of money for a blank hoodie. It's also 100% French terry cotton, and it has 0 to 3% shrinkage. There's no Rue Porter branding anywhere on it. The only thing you'll find inside is a size tag, so it's super easy to stitch on your own tag, or you could just leave it unbranded. If we're talking about water, I would best describe this as liquid death. The reason I'm saying that is because liquid death is water that literally comes in a can, and you know, drinking water out of a can is more expensive, it's unnecessary, but people still do it. One thing to note about Rue Porter is that if you do place an order with them, do not expect it to come fast. I've had a lot of issues with them personally in the past shipping out my orders. I don't know if it's better now. And I also saw they were doing a big mega clearance sale, so I don't know if that's a good thing, I don't know if that's a bad thing, but they do sell some good premium product. And since we're talking about Rue Porter, I did want to throw in an honorable mention, which is WATC Studio. I've ordered from them as well in the past, and all I can say is it's very hard to tell the difference between WATC Studio and Rue Porter. WATC is also going to have premium hoodies for slightly cheaper, around $36 to $37, which again is still very expensive for a blank hoodie. And lastly, I almost forgot, the WATC hoodie comes in around 18 different colors, which is quite a few more compared to Rue Porter, which is around 10. And since we're on the topic of French terry hoodies, this actually made me think of the Superline Just Relax hoodie. If I was comparing these to water, I would best say that this is a Dasani water. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I like Dasani water. This hoodie is going to be 100% French terry cotton. It's going to be sitting at 450 GSM. It has a very droopy, relaxed fit. If we're talking about hoodies on this list, I would best describe it as if the Made Blanks recess hoodie and the Rue Porter heavyweight hoodie got together and had a baby. That would be this hoodie. This hoodie is a lot more limited. It comes in 5 different colors. It also comes in a wash version, which has a more vintage look. And there's also no tearaway tag. There's just a tag for the sizing. So it's very similar to Rue Porter and WATC in that way. As far as wholesale pricing, this ranges from $23 to $25. and in my opinion, it's just your best bang for your buck. This hoodie I almost forgot to mention, but it's the Original Favorites organic cotton sweatshirt. As far as water comparisons, I would call this like Deer Park spring water, just because it's very popular and I understand why people drink it, but it tastes a little funny to me. They actually use 100% organic cotton, which is actually verified through a third party. So if you're really into sustainability and you really want to buy blanks that support sustainability in some way, I definitely recommend Original Favorites. I've personally used them. They're good quality garments, but just from personal preference, I don't love the way that they fit. They're 400 GSM or 32 ounces. They're also 100% organic cotton facing, which means this front area, when you're printing on it, it's 100% organic cotton. So your prints are gonna show up really nicely. I do wanna point out that a lot of these brands say 100% cotton facing, but if you read further into their descriptions, you'll notice that they're not all actually 100% cotton. So like this hoodie, for example, on their website, it says, we use 3N fleece with a brushed organic cotton and recycled polyester interior, which accounts for 20% recycled polyester in the total garment, which is basically a fancy way of saying it's an 80-20 mix. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester. They just added a bunch of fluff words to make it sound nice. But back to my point, overall, this is a great hoodie, a great brand. It's just not for me. I think it fits very tight. And I much rather have a more generous, loose fit. If you're going for that streetwear, comfy feel, I think a lot of the other hoodies in this list would be a better option. As far as pricing, for wholesale, they start at $28, which is a bit on the pricier end, and they drop down all the way to $25 when you get as high as 500 units. This Original Favorites hoodie also has drawstrings. It comes in over 16 different colors, and it does have tearaway labels, which we all love. That about wraps up the video. I know there's blank brands that we missed, like AS Color, LA Apparel, Shockaware, so on and so on. These are just a handful of blank hoodies on the market that we wanted to highlight. If we missed something, of course, throw it in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. You know we stay giving y'all free game.